So then we go 3, 2, 1,
Mm-hmm.
and we pull the triggers, and they all go click.
Mm.
Nothing. And we all just burst out laughing because
Wow.
we had forgotten to load the guns. And that's not how a suicide pact works, you know?
No.
Wow.
If you're going to remember one thing, that kind of reminds me, what's the best bit that you guys have ever seen Jerry do with a cashier? You know, he has these little
Yes.
bits he does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gabe?
Probably. Well, one time I saw him. We were at a convenience store. We were getting a couple of 6-packs of Steel Reserve,
Mhm.
and we were basically the cashier gave him the total, and he pulled out from his ear. He reaches, oh, what's that behind your ear? And he pulled like exact change. It was I think it was like $19.72 or something. He pulled it like
Whoa.
right out of his ear. It was pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
That's
And
amazing.
then the cashier was like, kind of surprised,
Mhm.
impressed.
Mhm.
But then before we left, Jerry was walking out, and he turned back around. And he goes, "Oh wait, there's something else." And then he went up and pulled $1 out of the cashier's nose and said, "That one's for you."
Whoa.
Dude.
Just a generous
Generous
guy.
guy. He, yeah, when he does a thing, he always makes sure someone gets paid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny because my time with Jerry at the store, we went to a store and we were getting some adult beverages as well.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so we go up to the cashier and the cashier says, I'm going to need to see your, or he says, can I see your ID?
Mhm.
And Jerry goes, I don't know. Can you? And he pulls out his ID and he starts flashing it in front of too fast for the cashier to see
Oh.
it. And, we're all kind of laughing. Oh, that's funny. And then Jerry just keeps doing it. He keeps doing it again and again. And he goes, maybe you can see it this time. He's kind of taunting the guy.
Wow.
Cashier gets irate,
Angry.
unreasonably angry. He starts flipping out. He says, just show me the damn ID. He grabs Jerry and he's shaking him by the collar, right? There's a cop in the store.
Mm.
The
Whoa.
cop comes. He comes over. He breaks up the fight. Jerry and I are standing away, and the cashier's over there.
And you're probably kind of trying to calm Jerry
I'm
down.
calming Jerry down. I'm like, what were, I think
Yeah.
that's a funny joke, but there's too far. You can go too far with that joke.
Mhm.
And the cop's talking to the cashier, and then the cop comes over to us and he says, silly misunderstanding, but it is an incident. And so I will need to see your ID. And so then Jerry kind of looks over at me mischievously,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then
I've seen that.
and then
Yeah.
freeze frame. So
Yeah. Who knows what happened?
yeah,
Yeah.
just freeze framed. So.
Okay, yeah. For me, it was one time I was out at the store with Jerry getting sauce, and he said, and we're paying, and he goes, "Hey," to the cashier, "can you knock $1 off for old time's sake?" That's pretty funny. But then she actually did knock $1 off.
Wow.
Wow.
And we were walking away with the sauce, and Jerry was like, "Yeah, I do it as a bit, but sometimes it saves $1."
Yeah.
And yeah.
Cool. That's cool
Smart
because then
guy.
he thinks ahead, and then he
Yeah.
gives that $1 back to
The next one.
the cashier
He
at
kind of does
Gabe with Gabe.
a pay it forward kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it's
That's
pretty
cool.
much even with Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Did you want to know what kind of sauce he was getting?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
No,
I actually don't. I mean, that's fine.
you
if
don't
want
want
to
to know. Oh, it was just normal sauce.
That's good. I was glad. It's interesting that you wanted us to ask.
Well, I
To
just
find out, but
didn't
then
want
it
to
turns out that it's just normal.
lose any.
Is that like regular sauce or?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I think regular sauce is normal sauce.
Today on the show, season 2, episode 1, The Ex-Girlfriend. Everybody loves Seinfeld. Loves Seinfeld. George, Jerry, Kramer, and Elaine with Gabe, Caleb, and Josh. Hey everybody, welcome to Everybody Loves Seinfeld, 1S, the podcast about Seinfeld for Seinfeld. Hey Jerry, I'm your host, Josh, and I'm here with Caleb and Gabe.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
I didn't come up with a quote.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Well, let's just come up with one right now.
No soup for you.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Haven't used it yet. Great. Guys, let's start off here with a little bit of Seinfeld news.
Oh, yeah.
Jason Alexander made the tabloids this week when he was kicked in the face and then ejected from a Popeye's chicken. Apparently, he was blocking the line and not letting anyone order and telling
Yeah.
them all to eat elsewhere. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah,
it.
just the headline, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't see anything.
No.
Okay. The angry crowd there that he was preventing from getting chicken turned hostile, and they lifted an 8-year-old boy in a karate gi with filthy feet into the air to kick Alexander in the face.
Wow.
So what I have next is, it's not a quiz, it's just a friendly question.
It's just a friendly question.
Yeah. What would motivate Jason Alexander to do this? And sorry, it's a friendly question, but when you answer, you need to answer like you're distracted and not really paying attention.
What?
And then I'll need to know what was distracting you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
That's good.
Okay.
okay. So why do you think Jason Alexander was doing that?
Go
He was doing.
Why was he preventing people from getting Popeye's chicken?
Oh, I think it was probably just because. Sorry, you said Popeyes.
Popeye's chicken.
Jason Alexander. That's
Jason
George,
Alexander.
right? George Costanza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably because he has strong ties to KFC, right? So
Well, that's true, but Gabe, what was going on?
I was just thinking about the KFC double down. I was just a little distracted.
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking about that classic sandwich.
It's a good sandwich.
Yeah.
Caleb, do you have a response?
Yes. I believe Jason Alexander is trying to prevent people from getting Popeye's chicken because he has close ties to KFC.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the colonels, I believe.
I think so. Was
Yeah.
was he a colonel, or was he just in some other?
I think he was a
saw
colonel.
footage of him as a colonel.
Yeah.
He was one of the first colonels.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't want people
Yeah.
to get the Popeyes.
Yeah. You don't seem that distracted.
I kind of started focusing in once I heard Gabe talking, and then all I could think about was what Gabe was saying and
Oh,
how
yeah.
good of a point it was.
Yeah. So you were actually distracted by
his answer.
being
I had a different answer.
I think
but
that
then-
works.
Yeah.
But then I heard that. But
Mm-hmm.
I did have a reason to be distracted.
Oh, what was it?
I was just thinking about the James Webb photos, the satellite photos, James Webb telescope photos.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How it's worth all $10 billion we spent
Oh,
on
definitely.
those satellites.
Definitely. The different sparkly things and some of the
it's
blobby things
Totally
too.
worth it.
Yeah. Just in case you're wondering, the little boy's feet had not only filth but also gunk and muck and slop on them.
Oh my
And so now Jason
Yikes.
Alexander has a rash.
Wow.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next segment. What's new, man? With you guys.
What's new? What's new? What's new with you guys?
Caleb, what's new with you?
Okay, guys. So the saga of physical therapy continues. I've actually graduated from physical therapy, but I'd like to think of it as, in some ways, that my physical therapist graduated from me. He is. We left on really great terms. He was actually getting really swole by the end of him training me. It's just interesting how that works sometimes. We kind of developed like this new sort of massage that was really beneficial for him and me. And so what it is I get dangled up by my feet. So my spine is in traction. And then he puts on these special massage gloves and he just starts massaging the hell out of my body. He starts just going, massaging, so much massage.
Yeah.
And it's just massage after massage. And he did seem to focus on my groin area. He said my
Okay.
groin was really tight.
Yeah.
So he was massaging that a lot.
Mhm.
And it did hurt and was difficult, but you
Are-
don't, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
So, but we did leave. Everything's all done, and he's a lot stronger.
Mhm.
And I think I've learned something too.
Yeah. About yourself.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was good. I
Yeah.
like to be a part of my recovery in a specific way. So.
Yeah.
And now you don't have to get surgery, right?
No, that's still
Yeah.
in the case. It does seem like maybe I need it more now for some
Like you need an
reason,
extra
but
surgery.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
another surgery might have snuck in there,
Yeah.
Okay.
but yeah.
Well, if you're gonna get knocked out once,
Yeah.
might as well just do them both.
Yeah, right. Get him. Yeah, see what you mean.
Yeah.
Get knocked out. I did get knocked out more than once
Yeah.
during the massage times,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. You can, if you get hit hard enough in certain areas,
yeah,
you can be
I know that.
from the pain.
Definitely
being
know
knocked
that
out.
for
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabe, what's new with you?
It's been a pretty good week. I just had an interesting. I've never run into this before. I had a produce problem. I was making drinks with lime in them, and I went to the grocery store, bought some limes, took juice, so I could drink the juice from the limes,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah, we know. Well, I mean,
Okay,
I know
great.
how that
Great.
works.
but I'm emphasizing it
Mhm.
because I cut into the lime and then I try to juice it,
Mhm.
and there is like no juice
No
in
juice
it. It's
in the lime.
basically petrified,
Mhm.
or it's
Ooh.
like right before being totally dehydrated.
yeah.
So I decided to take it back,
Mhm.
and
You took fruit back.
I took fruit back. I took it back and I said, guys, this is not
Yeah.
usable. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it. They were $1 each.
Yeah.
So I felt like
Mm-hmm.
that warrants it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't give me a refund. And the best I could do is they just gave me a bottle of lime juice.
Oh man,
And that,
that's not the same.
They gave you, but they gave it to you.
yeah, they gave it to me.
Well,
Okay.
you came out on
I think
top.
I came out
there.
on top because it's probably
Good
like
job.
6 or 7 limes.
Yeah.
Less
Juice
work.
of limes
Yeah.
in there.
And
little
like
less work.
really juicy limes.
Yeah.
6
yeah.
or 7 super
Right.
juicy
Yeah,
limes.
not 6 or 7 of the kind that I had where it was literally like 1 drop.
So
Yeah.
but you made sure that when you got the juice that it was juicy.
Right. It was wet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, wet limes, I think yeah, you can't argue.
Y'all want your limes to be wet.
You want wet limes.
Wet limes, dry limes go to hell.
Yeah.
Hashtag wet lime gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, wet
Hey.
lime, dude.
Hey, listen, if you guys like wet limes out there, drop us a line and let us know.
Drop
Dude,
us
go on social media, drop us a lime.
That's great.
right, right.
Hey, but
Good.
make sure that it's not.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, you know what? And actually, wet limes more likely drop a lime.
Yeah, you will.
Slippery.
They're slippery.
That's a good point.
What's new
Cool.
with me, guys? I went
It's
to
cool. It's cool.
That's cool.
Okay, shut up. I went to Hood River in
Oregon?
And
Okay.
they have these weird laws because apparently people get overserved pretty easily in Hood
Okay.
River. So they're very careful about certain things. They have open container laws that allow you to just walk around
Mm.
drinking beer, but you can only have one beer at a time in in an adult beverage establishment at a brewery, say.
Yes.
And so the server, I said, oh, I'm going to have a beer, and I ordered my beer, and I was like, and my wife, I'm going to order one for her too. She was not there at the moment, and he was real strict with me and said,
Oh.
you can only order
Gotcha.
one beer at a time. And I said,
Wow.
well, I'm ordering for my wife, so. And he said, well, I would need to see her. And I said, "What? You don't believe in my wife? You think I made my wife up?" And it escalated pretty quick, and eventually I'm yelling at him. admit my wife is real. And so then she showed up as we're kind of, and I go, oh, see, oh, well, okay, here she is. And I made a big deal about that. And but later it turned out that the server was actually the mohel performing my nephew's baptism.
Oh my
So
goodness.
that's a real
That's a little
situation.
tricky. They mohels perform baptisms.
Yeah.
Let's move on to let's move on to the synopsis.
Now it's time to summarize the episode of Seinfeld. Synopsis.
It's time for the synopsis. It's the meat of the episode where we go through the episode beat by beat. We're talking season 2, episode 1, The Ex-Girlfriend.
Wow.
Guys, initial thoughts. Nope.
I thought
Sorry, stop.
Yeah, sorry.
Stop.
I thought it was good.
No. You must use 10 words, but you can't use any articles or prepositions.
Oh my
Or
goodness.
you can use one of mine. I wrote some that
A
fit
first
those, but then you have to adopt. If you choose mine, you have to adopt mine as your own. Like, it has to be your.
Wait, your articles and prepositions
No.
or your own thing?
I wrote
You
wrote
come up
something
with-
that's 10 words
Okay.
that it has no articles or prepositions. So if you want to, you can take a chance.
What's
I'll do that. I'll do that.
What's
Okay.
I want to know what the chance is. Like, if it means I don't get my first thought out.
Well, if
I mess up, I have to stop, and then I don't get it
and
out.
then you have to you have to stop, and then you have to take one of the ones that I made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll do that.
You're just not gonna try.
No.
you're not
Okay,
going to try. Okay, Gabe,
let's-
go ahead. You try first.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Just remind me really quick,
10 words, no articles or prepositions. A and the.
and then prepositions. I know what
Are-
articles are. The prepositions are a lot of things.
Yeah, it's tons.
It's like until,
Mhm.
and then
Like anything that has to do with relation
time.
between things in terms of time or position or
Okay.
can't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
was.
no.
No,
was
no,
is not a
was is that's the
preposition.
verb to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think I can do it.
Okay.
The
No.
it's an article. I thought I was allowed. For some reason, I got it backwards.
No,
I messed it up
you cannot-
immediately.
Stood up immediately. Here is your initial thought.
Okay.
Okay. Show features fine cantaloupe, Kramer craves. Excellent fruit, heavenly nectar. That's your
I don't disagree with
okay.
that.
That's good.
Gabe, you want to try?
Oh,
I mean, you can't
it's
do
really,
worse.
I really can't.
It's only,
I was gonna
you
say-
can only go up.
Okay. Enjoyable episode eases life's bitter, varied, thorough.
A lot of adjectives.
It's the easiest.
Okay, there was an I didn't mention it, but there's an adjective limit, and you reached it.
I reached it.
Okay, you can't.
And that's yeah,
No,
that's-
and
and
you can say and.
oh, okay.
It's not an adjective. It's not an article.
It's a
Okay.
conjunction.
It's a conjunction, right? I know how English works.
I don't.
And
You can only use one and.
right.
Duh.
Right. Many pains.
I don't remember the beginning.
No,
of
I
the
don't either.
sentence,
We'll have to
so, yeah.
look back on that.
But I think
It took me a long time.
Yeah, it's not a strong initial thought, but
Yeah.
I think mine was better.
okay. Yeah, the
My initial thought was
Okay.
better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what your thought
Yeah,
would have been had
yeah.
you failed, which you
yes,
didn't?
please.
Cheap cantaloupe can impress Jerry Seinfeld. Economical fruit, inexpensive nectar.
Ah.
Okay.
It's good.
So, the beginning of this episode, George wants to break up with his girlfriend, Marlene. Jerry tells him to do it all at once, like ripping off a Band-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that sets
Yeah.
the stage. They're in a car.
And this
Mhm.
is kind of this was a moment where I was listening to George talk, and I started to think, hang on, this guy seems like he's kind of whiny.
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he just seemed kind of whiny
Yeah.
there. He was just complaining a bunch.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really clocked that. in his character yet, but
Mm.
you know, season 2 maybe they're doing something new.
They're
you know?
showcasing the wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really whiny. It was almost like so whiny that I didn't really enjoy
Like a
listening
case
to him
of wine.
Yeah.
Like-
Like if you drank a whole case of wine, you
Okay,
wouldn't
yeah.
really enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could say,
Little wine
That-
here, a little sip of wine here, there.
but I mean, I'm talking about like complaining, like
Yeah.
he's complaining.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. I
one-
just wanted to make sure. It seemed like you guys thought I was talking about wine, alcohol,
I
beverage.
knew what
Adult
you were. I
beverage.
knew what you meant.
yeah. I was making like a metaphor.
Like I
did?
knew. I could tell what you meant.
No, it was too much whining.
Yeah.
Complaining.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
know. We know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Oh, I just was relieved. Okay, actually, maybe I'll start earlier before I was relieved.
Oh,
He starts talking.
Sorry,
about his,
what was your emotional state?
yeah.
Before I was enjoying,
Okay, good.
and then I was watching this scene, and then George starts talking like his girlfriend, and he
Mhm.
starts using this
hmm
crazy accent.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was concerned.
Yeah.
I was like, is this just what the voice that George uses when he's
Yeah.
talking like another person, like another woman or something?
Up to this point, that's it.
So
that's all we
that's
know.
what I was enjoying the show.
Yeah.
And then he did that and I became a little concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I really found that refreshing. I felt like they were taking me seriously as a viewer, and they weren't just going to spoon feed me and say, by the way, she's Southern, and they just let you figure it out from George doing an accent.
Hey, that's cool. I think that's cool that you felt like that.
So one thing I was thinking about was, let's describe the worst case scenario for ripping off a Band-Aid all at once.
Oh man.
Because people say it like, oh, just rip off a
Yeah.
Band-Aid all at once. That gets it over faster.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like, well, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I
my vote for worst case scenario is because the reason you're pulling it off is because you put it on the wrong spot and
Oh.
like you have a big
Yeah.
like laceration,
Right.
owie.
just like a laceration, like a
Mhm.
cut,
Right. Owie.
and you
Like, I think he means like a boo-boo.
Yeah, like a boo boo or an
like
owie.
a cut,
Yeah.
Ouchie.
like a laceration,
We know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you mean.
but you're trying to put a Band-Aid on it
Mhm.
to keep it from bleeding, but you miss and you put the sticky part, the adhesive
Ooh.
part, the sticky part
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right on
Mm-hmm.
right on the cut,
Mhm.
the laceration.
Right.
And then you would then have to rip it off all at once. And then that
Then you
would,
got a bunch more boo boo.
that would hurt a lot more. That would cause more pain.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine,
That would be bad, I think.
that sounds bad.
Yeah.
Mine
Mhm.
is sort of in the same vein, but you pull off the Band-Aid. Band-Aid's so strong, your skin starts to come with it, and you're pulling off the Band-Aid, and your skin just keeps going.
Yeah.
And
Why?
now you're pulling off all of your skin by
Yeah.
accident.
I'm sorry. How did the Band-Aid become so strong?
It's very strong Band-Aid. One part.
Yeah. This is
One part of the Band-Aid. The
Gabe,
one.
I think for you to understand this you would have to think of this as as an extra sticky
Okay.
Boo-boo cover.
boo-boo cover Band-Aid.
Yes.
Okay.
Extra
Yeah.
sticky
Yeah.
laceration.
So that's why that's happening. And that's actually the
That's
thing.
incredible.
Yeah. And we shouldn't have spent so much time on it because the answer doesn't matter at all.
What do you mean?
Elaine is irritated that a guy in her building that she met once, but no longer, that he's no longer acknowledging her.
Yes.
Okay. That's Elaine's kind of thing. She met this guy and then he's slowly decided not to. Oh, what do you have?
I actually had an idea about this.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And
Paper.
what I wrote was, what if
love it.
Elaine?
Uh-huh.
And then I got distracted and I didn't finish writing it down.
Okay. I'm glad
Should
you
I
brought
see-
it
can I
up
see
though.
that?
I'm glad you brought it
Yeah,
up though.
and I actually thought I'm not going to share that, so I crossed it
That's-
out. But I just thought better of it. So
That's
there you go.
interesting.
It just says "What if Elaine" at the bottom there.
Oh yeah.
So,
Wait, what's the top part?
the top part says,
Other ideas.
"Well, these are Yeah, these are reminders.
Oh, okay.
Well, go ahead. What are your reminders?
Yeah, what do you got on
I
there?
have to take the trash out. It's night. It's trash
Mhm.
night.
Yep.
And then I have to do the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then I have to drive home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to get out of my car.
Wow.
And then I have to walk.
No,
Wow.
now, I don't want to
Can I
stop
see if you crossed
Just
any of
hold
these
on.
out?
Hold on.
No,
Sorry.
not
I
yet.
don't want to stop you, but I am curious if you like. Sometimes people write things down to kind of remember them. They don't refer to it.
Yep.
But are you referring to this?
Certainly.
Every step.
Basically
step.
every moment.
Yeah.
Wait, why
The
did
rest of
I
the
drive
evening.
here?
Yeah.
It's just so I can relax.
Right.
And I don't
No,
know.
I get it.
I come up with a plan ahead of time
Mhm.
and then I can kind of just coast.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
I don't
good.
have to
Yeah.
I have
You
to really
look
be-
at the paper to make
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
just it's like, what am I doing right now? Okay, and it's on the page. Okay, great.
Okay, good,
So-
good.
So basically, with this one, what if Elaine?
Yeah,
That's what
if
I was thinking.
Elaine-
Mm-hmm.
And if I do remember the actual thought, I probably will just neglect to share it again. So,
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I thought it was interesting that Elaine was willing to just accept that low level of
Yeah.
relationship. That's not good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, it's hard for me to go down in relationship.
You agree? So you agree with
Well,
her
okay, but she accepts a certain level of low
Gotcha.
relationship
From the start.
The nod.
Yeah.
We'll just keep it at the nod.
Oh, you're saying she should have intervened as soon as things like
I just think-
declined.
I don't like for relationships to diminish
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, they've got to kind of, you guys know, you're going to have to maintain. With me,
Yeah.
you got to maintain.
but
There's a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
it is. Oh, it's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's always in a state of like triage.
Yeah.
Kind of
Well,
like,
because I'm always worried that it's slipping,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's going down.
Yeah.
And I can't have that.
Right. It can't decline.
Because if it starts to go down, I'm just going to rip it off like a band.
Well, see, that's what I was gonna
I'm
say.
just going to,
I know that
And who
you
knows
usually
what
practice
happens.
that. Like,
right.
I'm not gonna let it fizzle
You're
out.
out of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you're just really good at removing toxic people from your life.
I
Joe.
You
remove
are.
It's
toxic
awesome.
You are.
people from my life.
It's awesome.
Left and right.
It's awesome.
Sometimes it's inconvenient.
One thing I was thinking of to kind of help our listener viewer to if they haven't seen the episode, maybe it would be useful if we created sort of a simile to describe the proper way a person should react when they see someone that they met once.
Oh, yeah.
6 weeks ago.
A simile.
Yeah. So like what would we've got kind of a person here
Mm-hmm.
and
Kind of.
we're going to think about that person. And then we're going to create a simile for how that how should they act like? What's a good simile for that? Do you know what I mean?
Like, not
I-
a metaphor?
Well, it's a simile, which is a metaphor using like or as.
Okay.
But
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
Wow, there's so much English in this episode.
Yeah, this
we're going,
good.
We're
I mean,
going to school. Well, you
that's-
got to learn it sometime.
That's what we're speaking, so
Yeah.
we better.
Yeah, we should always include English.
I
in
think
the
we
show.
should actually include
Yeah.
English in
No,
every
it's true.
episode from now on.
But I think I'm not making myself clear. So here's
No, I see.
here's some
Can I
more
try?
details. The subject of the simile is a guy named Chuck Bell. Okay,
nice.
so just to give you an idea, and I feel like I should give more details about him. He's 5'11". He weighs 50 pounds. Just kidding.
Holy
Just
moly.
kidding. He weighs about 90 pounds.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Better, but
Okay.
still.
Still not good.
Yeah.
Does that seem like enough to go? So he's the subject.
Okay.
Yes.
and
So-
He's the
then-
Elaine. He's the Elaine.
So what we're trying to establish is Elaine should act like Chuck Bell acts when he.
I feel like I need to
Like-
give some more details about
Okay,
Chuck
I do.
Bell.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
that would be
Yeah.
Maybe.
helpful.
I think more details about him and maybe not the simile would be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a trust fund he lives off of, and
Uh-huh.
he can't figure out how to get access to more than about $3,000 a month. So
Okay.
he has a lot of money, but he can't do anything. He just lives on this sort of fixed
Right.
income thing.
Wow.
He's single, no dependents,
That's $3,000 will get you pretty
3,000
far.
a month depends on where he lives.
It does.
He lives in New York City.
Oh, yeah, it's not
So
enough.
yeah, it's bad. It's not good.
His only interests are little toy figurines and his childhood VHS of Point Break.
Wow.
And that's pretty much all. So
So
that's pretty much everything you need to know about Chuck
Okay.
Powell.
okay, good. That seems like a good setting. So wait, and Chuck in this situation is the Elaine, or he's the person Elaine is.
And yeah, I
No,
hate
I
to do
think-
this, but we
I-
have run out of time.
Okay.
Oh,
So let's move on to the next kind of plot point of the episode.
Please. Yeah.
okay.
The Kramer is impressed with Cheap Cantaloupe, right? Very
Yeah.
impressed
Yeah.
with Cheap Cantaloupe.
And way more than anyone should be impressed by Cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Is what I'll say
Well,
about that.
That's my feeling.
Yeah.
Do any of us like Cantaloupe?
I hate
I
Cantaloupe.
I don't
like
like
Cantaloupe
Cantaloupe
at
at
all.
all.
I
Nope.
hate it.
But it seems very particular. Like it seems like Kramer's a guy who would like cantaloupe.
Mhm.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It is a really
Yeah.
good choice.
Yeah,
Yes.
this-
Yes.
Yes.
He wears those like, billowy linen shirts
Yes.
and everything. He's got this kind of relaxed,
Yeah.
almost like he's on his own island or something kind
Yeah.
of vibe. And he's eating these tropical melons and
Yeah.
things like that. I don't know where cantaloupe is from,
I
but
don't
I
know.
assume
It's
it's
tropical.
not
It's
from
Gotta
this
be
country.
tropical.
Melons are tropical,
But-
all of them.
But
Yeah.
but it's disgusting. It tastes like a dumpster.
It
does
tastes
not good.
I
like
agree.
old fruit. It
I
tastes
agree.
like an old version of new fruit, good fruit,
Yes.
but it's old.
An
And this
old
cold
version
cantaloupe
of
is
new
bad.
fruit. An old version of new fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they came up with an update to fruit.
Yeah.
And
It's
this tastes
this
like
thing-
the old fruit.
This one
But
didn't
it's-
download the update.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like they tried to rebrand it as like, no, it's like classic fruit.
Yeah, fruit
But like
classic.
classic just
Yeah.
means old.
That's
yeah.
why it tastes bad.
Yeah, it
Paul-
tastes bad.
Sugar,
Yeah.
what is it? Sugar cane, sugar, all sugar, real sugar, Coke,
Yeah.
Cane sugar.
cane sugar.
Yeah.
Cane sugar.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All sugar, real sugar.
All sugar,
Cane
real sugar, no
Coke.
sugar. Half
All-
sugar.
All sugar cane sugar, no sugar Coke.
All sugar, cane sugar, no sugar.
Oh man, I loved. Okay, I will say one thing.
Mhm.
He comes in and Jerry's on the phone, and he is gonna give him. He has cantaloupe
Mhm.
ready on a fork, and he
Mhm.
goes, "You gotta try this." he puts a little pause in
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just liked it.
Super funny.
He's good. I think he when he smiles, there's one there's a point in the episode where he smiles. And it's very weird to see him because it feels like Michael Richards
Mhm.
shining through
Totally.
the cracks of Kramer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael Richards just shining right through Kramer's cracks, and it's
Yeah.
pretty
Mhm.
it's pretty disarming
Get
Yeah.
a little glimpse of
because
Michael Richards.
I'll be honest, he charmed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He charmed me.
Yeah.
He's charming.
He charmed me.
He's a
He's a
charming boy.
guy.
That in general, kind of what you were saying initially there about George being extra whiny and Kramer. Like to me, the show is zeroing in on the
Mm,
characters
mhm.
more.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's one, and they might be pushing some things too far, but I feel like, oh yeah. That's, and we'll get to that. I think more.
And I liked how in this episode you get the sense that Elaine is a real woman.
yes,
Before you're not really sure in the
yeah,
previous episodes.
I had no problem
believing that she was a-
recognizing her as a woman.
Yeah.
And like a real person.
the character of Elaine. Yes.
Yeah, you just didn't
Yes.
think
No.
that Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
I
was-
just felt like this episode really sunk it in. Like, yeah, she's a real woman.
What do you mean by
Yeah.
a real woman? Do you mean like not imaginary or like she's like fully,
She's like
grown up
a
and
real,
matured and-
like natural, like a real natural woman. Like,
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
She lacked that previously? For
it
you?
wasn't. It just was something in the back of my head. I was like, "Is this a woman?"
they figured. Are you saying that the
The
production
characters
sort of
are
figured
coming
out,
into their own.
Yeah.
You're realizing more that Elaine
Yeah.
is a woman.
Yeah, they're just like the production figured out how to make her look like she's really
Yes.
actually a woman.
Right.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
So you start to believe it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd say that's true.
Yeah.
So next thing that happens is George breaks up with Marlene, but he left some books at her house, and he wants
Ooh.
Jerry to get them back for him.
Yeah.
Jerry agrees to do that, but he doesn't really agree with the idea that you need to get books back. He says, second time you read Moby Dick, Captain Ahab and the whale become good friends.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't seem to think that there's any value in rereading a book
books.
ever.
Especially the classics, especially like a great work like Moby Dick.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
like kind of the great American novel. A lot of people consider it that.
One of my questions with Jerry and Moby Dick is that it's kind of amazing that he didn't get that from the first read,
Right.
that they end up being friends
Right.
from the subtext
Mhm.
of the
Mm.
text.
That's true.
So
That's actually true.
Mm.
It's pretty strongly kind of, when Ahab's being dragged
right,
down through the water
why?
to go, why
else?
else is, and they're going down there to
Have a party.
be friends,
Be
good
friends. Octopus
Octopus
Garden.
Garden. They're going to Octopus's
I'd
Garden.
like to be.
And the octopus is also in the subtext, which the Beatles clued in on.
Those guys were so smart,
yeah.
but also they used drugs and that expanded their mind.
Right.
Yeah, their minds were small.
Yeah. Yep.
Use drugs, get
Yeah.
big minds, have different ideas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
And
like, yeah.
what were you gonna say?
I was just thinking about some tribal people who
Mhm.
believe that you have to get the right shape head, have the right ideas. So
Yeah.
that's what I thought of.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You want to have some round
actually
ideas.
malformed the
Yeah.
human skull.
Yeah.
And then this cast of people were like priests.
Yeah.
They were like religious leaders.
And the right ideas.
So you kind of like wonder, why didn't they survive?
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Why don't they?
Why did
aren't
that
they
civilization
currently
go away?
dominating culture?
Yeah. What happened? All their leaders had crazy heads. They didn't survive.
Yeah. So if you like that kind of xenophobia, drop us a line.
Drop us a line if you like that.
Please. We would love feedback on that.
A couple limes.
We'll see if we get a few tropical limes in there. Okay. Well,
Tropical lime.
Hey, if you
Drop
wanna,
us a line. Tropical lime.
tropical lime.
you have any questions about anything in the episode so far? Tropical lime.
So one thing I was thinking about is obviously it can't happen. You can't read a book and then something happens that didn't happen before. If you're paying attention to the subtext, you might pick up on that
Sure.
subtext
Yes.
partway through. But one thing that I thought would be interesting is if we could think about some classic works of literature, and then we could come up with things that you might notice on a second
read.
things that might change on a second read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing comes to mind.
Yeah.
Tale of Two Cities.
Tale of Two Cities, what happens?
You second read through, you go, actually, I'm thinking this is too long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You decide that nothing's going to happen.
So
Yeah,
so what
it's
you
none of the
Nah,
no more of the book
You know
will
what?
occur.
it's fine.
what
Tale
you're
of-
doing
Tale of One City for me.
what you're saying is that how it changes is that you start reading it the second time and you change your mind and do something else.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
The book changes in the fact that you're
Yeah.
like, actually, I do remember all of this.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's
That's just the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
right. It is a long book. It's a long book.
Yeah. But it's not that long. It's not long compared to, David Copperfield or Bleak House. Those are much longer.
Yeah.
Much longer books. Much longer books. What about what's that? The Count of Monte Cristo. That's a big one.
That is a big,
Big,
one.
long one.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with.
Would you call it a classic?
It's a classic,
Is
but
it? Okay.
it's like sort of a genre. It's like almost a genre classic.
Yeah,
Like a
I'd say
thriller.
that too.
Yeah.
And that's one
But
of
I
the
don't
things.
know it.
Second read of that, you go, now I see where the sandwich
Mhm.
came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is it in there? The Monte Cristo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sandwich is in
Okay.
there second time.
Yeah.
Well, it's in
Oh.
the recipe is in the subtext.
in the
Yeah,
subtext.
yeah.
Yeah, if you read it 2nd time, you start seeing the
If
sandwich.
you
Yeah.
read closely,
It's like the Matrix. You start.
Yeah,
You just
you
look.
start
I don't even see
seeing-
words anymore.
I
I
don't
just see
I just
sandwich.
see this ingredients for sandwich. Oh no, I do see words, but they're recipe words.
Mhm.
They're delicious recipes.
Bread,
Instruction
meat,
words.
cheese,
Yeah.
sandwich.
That's great.
Sandwich. Bread, meat, cheese, sandwich.
I love it. I thought maybe at the end of Anna Karenina, she could make friends with the train. Um,
Uh,
so Jerry meets with Marlene to get the books back. And he seems a little taken with her.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Immediately. I was taken with her.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Did you?
And she is Southern.
Yeah.
You is confirmed that George wasn't just
That's when I
not
relaxed.
just like in her monologue. Yeah.
That's when
Curious
I relaxed.
if Caleb, if you clocked that she was a real woman.
Yeah.
And she was,
Yeah,
immediately
okay.
real
Yeah.
woman to me.
Okay.
And that's one of the great things we do like to point out when the special effects team
Right. They get
behind
it right.
Seinfeld really gets it right.
Yeah.
Shine it.
They really were able to make her appear to be almost completely a real
Almost completely a real woman.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the team that worked on her
woman.
was like, future ILM, like, because
Yeah.
this is just before Jurassic Park. So
Yeah.
I
Right.
think they were kind of,
Mhm.
They're like, yeah, before dinosaurs, let's think about maybe making a woman.
right, like a real woman.
A real
A
woman.
real woman.
That people can tell is real.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then George and Jerry go to the chiropractor and they discuss how irritating Marlene is, if you'll remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they both agree that she's attractive.
Right.
Yes.
It's not the word that they use.
You don't
Yeah.
want to use the word?
I don't want to use the word.
Oh, okay.
They use the word adult attractive.
Yeah.
Or the phrase, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Adult attractive.
Yeah.
Adult attractive.
She is adult attractive. I'm fine with that. That's
Yeah.
that's fine.
I feel like it communicates the same.
Adult
Yeah.
beverage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adult attractive.
Mhm.
Things you can do when you're 21.
Yeah, things you finally be attractive. George,
You're finally allowed.
you're
to
finally
be
allowed to be
attractive.
attractive. I thought, yeah. Anyway,
It's younger, actually. You don't have to be 21
no,
to be attractive.
you could start being attractive
At
younger.
18.
It's hard to really come down.
When you're allowed to
When you're
start
allowed
being
to
attractive.
start being attractive. Just, George seems a little suspicious
Huh.
at that point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's suspicious of the chiropractor. He's
Right.
skeptical
Right.
of the
Right.
chiropractor.
Yeah.
And then he refuses to pay the full fee for the chiropractor because he doesn't feel that he did anything.
Right.
So that is, and to me, this was another moment where it's like, that's George,
There's
Right.
George.
and he's not kind of a sidekick as much in the
Yeah.
same way, where
Yeah.
he's just kind of been following Jerry around a little bit.
And they're just arguing over like whose turn it is to have the thing that they both want.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and I started to really focus in on Jason Alexander's lips
Oh.
in this episode, or in that scene.
Yeah.
of the
Oh, really?
episode. So I just was really looking at his lips a lot.
Yeah.
And that's,
What-
yeah.
And what did you
He's
notice?
at least 21. So
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that's
no, no
allowed.
harm,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
foul.
yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
But his lips, they're pretty crazy looking.
Yeah.
Pretty wild lips.
To me, in my mind's eye, they're sharp.
Yep. Angular.
Mhm.
Yes.
You're right.
Well, it's an interesting thing. Like George really does have a sort of hidden beauty.
Mm.
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
When there's a scene where he takes his shirt off,
Yeah.
and you're like, he's not fat.
Yeah.
No. He is husky.
Yeah, he's a little husky, but he's not like a fat guy.
No, he's not.
No.
He's definitely not fat
Yeah.
because when he took his shirt off and I saw it,
Yeah.
I thought, oh man, if I could look like that,
If only
I'd be
I
doing pretty
I
good.
do.
If
I
only
do
could look like
sort
George
of.
Costanza.
I do sort of look like that, and
Yeah.
that I have the same kind of hair.
Yeah.
Like he is completely hairy on his front.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
Body
is
hair.
Me too.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Body
you have
hair.
top hair.
Yeah.
I have top hair
Yeah.
and middle hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, Jerry and Marlene kiss. Jerry feels weird about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
However, my perception when I was watching his performance of his reaction to that was that I wasn't sure what the actual reaction was.
Trying to remember.
You're saying when he's
He's like kind
Telling-
of going like,
Kramer or
like after they kiss.
yeah in the car.
And he's kind of like, yeah, but I like couldn't figure out what the intention.
I think they
behind
maybe
his reaction
learned
was.
from this episode not to put Jerry in these kinds of situations where he has to act
Yeah.
and show
Mhm.
Yeah,
internal emotion on the screen
it
because
seems
it's not his
difficult
strong
for
suit.
him. He
Jerry
needs-
is actually an amazing actor for what he does.
Yeah.
Standing up against those other guys.
Yeah.
But that's not a strong
No, this
suit.
is he needs to like say what it is that's you can't rely on
Yeah.
him
No.
to
You're
to
like,
display that.
is he just thinking about his next set?
Yeah.
Is Jerry just concerned about getting home?
Because he is distant in a weird way, but I was like, I don't really know what he's supposed to.
Well, he looked kind of like he lost his list of reminders.
Yeah.
of things to do.
Right.
Yeah.
He was
That's
like,
kinda what I
okay,
thought.
Yeah.
had the
Yeah.
kiss. Now what?
You felt that way, in
Yeah.
other words. Yeah.
Now what?
That
Had the
resonated
kiss.
with me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Is that something that you would put on a list?
which
Have a kiss?
have a kiss, feel weird about it. Yeah.
And you would go, oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So you would write down, feel weird about it,
Right.
And then nothing. But then if the list stops, what do?
I feel weird about the fact that there's nothing left on the list.
Okay.
What is your
I mean, you gotta
default? What is the default thing that you would do next if you're in a situation you've run out of?
Right.
Start looking for a pen.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say, how much time are you spending making lists? Every day.
Honestly, it's not that much time.
Yeah.
It really, and it meant the time that I gain by accomplishing all of these other tasks efficiently.
Yeah,
It's the easiest trade off.
I see that. I might have to like try this.
I don't actually recommend it.
No. Okay.
Gross.
That's simple.
Jerry gets bad cantaloupe at the supermarket. Kramer vows to take it back, and Jerry says Marlene has a psycho.
Adult.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
adult attraction.
Well, sort of. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, psycho.
It's kind of nice with the word psycho. It kind of works nice.
Yeah.
Kind of makes a nice
Right.
sibilance
Yeah.
or whatever.
Um.
Is sibilance the right word?
Sibilance. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, she has a hold on him. That's that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
That's
that's partially what I was like, oh, I see now.
Yeah. Right. That
Real.
once
It's like-
they actually.
It's
Not
like,
just playing
said
woman,
it.
real woman.
Oh, I see.
She gets in your head.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
That's not what I
interesting.
meant. I meant
No.
that. I meant
Sorry.
that's when I understood what Jerry's reaction in the car was.
In the car was.
was once he said
Right.
that.
Yes.
Once he said
kind of.
psycho.
That word.
It's like
Right.
mind and body.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yes. I'm sorry. I lost track there. I thought you were saying Elaine. They were talking to Elaine,
No.
right? No.
No, they're not at
Oh,
this
okay.
point. And they do just in the next point, which we can get to. Psycho. Can we bleep that?
We can totally bleep it.
Yeah.
It's bleeped.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
I don't want to say
No?
it.
I don't think he wants to say it, and I think that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. I mean, you already said it. We're just gonna bleep it.
Yeah, we're gonna
But-
bleep it.
I don't
Yeah.
think he wants to have said it.
Oh.
Anyway,
I wish I didn't, but
Right.
you know,
No.
now we'll just have to deal with it. Anyway, Elaine confronts her acquaintance who's not responding to her, right, in the hall. And this inspires Jerry. And so then he decides to tell George what's happened.
he calls her the queen of confrontation, which,
Yeah.
you know, honestly, if she was the queen, she probably would have done it earlier, like Caleb was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
She would have gone out of her way to make sure that the friendship didn't diminish at
Right.
all. So
Yeah.
I would take issue with Jerry's premature coronation of her as the the queen of confrontation.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But that aside, he tells George
Yeah. He
what
just-
his filthy intentions are.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Filthy, filthy intentions.
And much to our surprise, George isn't mad about Marlene
yeah,
at all.
big move.
Yep. And that is also another George's weird, erratic, who
Mhm.
knows when he might
Right.
react one way or another. He's upset that Jerry paid part of his fee he paid the difference
Yes.
on his chiropractic fee.
Right.
And he is upset about that.
Right.
And then this is the most inspired moment in the episode, as far as I'm concerned, is when he thinks he swallowed a fly
Yes.
at the end.
Yeah, it's good.
I just thought it
It
was
made
really
me
hits
laugh.
a stride when you see that happen. It's just an insane thing to just put in a TV show. And one of my favorites is he like goes to the guy and he's
Yeah.
like, "What do I do?"
No, the best phrase is, "What can happen?"
Yeah.
What could happen?
What
can
can happen?
Yeah.
You're
What
right.
can
I'm
happen?
sorry.
I loved it. He's just
What
losing.
can happen?
He's losing his mind.
It's
So
good.
It does seem like it's something that really happened to someone, and then they just
Mhm.
they
Well,
threw
and
it
in
there.
this scene, I was really noticing how George's hair kind of made his head look very pointy.
Mhm.
Yes, which
Yeah.
goes back to my point about
Yes.
head shapes and
Head
ideas.
shapes.
Yeah. And if you out there have noticed that George's head looked pointy in other scenes, let us know.
Yeah, drop us a lime, or sorry, tropical lime.
Tropical lime and a
Yeah.
screen grab.
Yeah. We'll see if Gabe's right, if this is the pointness his head actually was.
Yes,
Yeah.
compare it.
Oh, I didn't
to
say
other
that.
ones.
Yeah.
Let's compare it. No, let's figure
Let's
it
not
out.
You said
go-
that
Let's figure it
you
out.
noticed
Let's
it.
not put
Yeah.
words
Yeah.
on my mouth.
Let's figure it out. Let's make sure that what you noticed is right.
Yeah. Let's not put worms on my mouth.
Yeah, let's not put
Please.
worms on my mouth.
Please.
Tropical lime. Let's not put worms on my
If
mouth.
I had a nickel for every time I've asked you to not put worms on my mouth.
And maybe this is a little strong, but to me, George getting freaked out about the fly, that's probably my favorite moment in this entire season
Yes.
so far.
So far,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
The whole
It's a
season.
good one.
Yeah.
We'll have to put them up against each other. It's just crazy, guys. Also, we didn't even talked about how insane it is that we have to do that. There's so much more Seinfeld.
I know.
Right.
Well, I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about
All
it.
right.
Let's talk
okay.
about Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do the thing.
Yeah,
let's do the stuff.
Right.
Let's do the thing and the stuff.
Marlene doesn't want to see Jerry anymore. Do you guys remember why that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And honestly, can't blame her.
Yeah.
That early on in his career,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
And I mean,
She saw his act
right.
and she doesn't think he's funny.
Yeah.
And I I don't know what I was going to say.
She saw his act and didn't think he
Think
was
it's
funny. And she said that she needs to respect
Right.
what
And
the person she's seeing.
he had a great
does.
response to that.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
you're a waitress.
You're a
right?
cashier.
Yeah.
Cashier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Said that she's a cashier.
Sorry. Oh wait, I think of cashiers sort of as waitresses.
Well, they're sort of the waitresses of stores.
Yeah. Grocery store
They're,
waitress.
You know, I oftentimes do like go up to the cash register and go like, "Well, when you gonna go get my stuff?"
Yeah. It's true.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so with the pandemic and being
Yeah,
able to
it's
order
all-
stuff,
yeah.
Pretty
you
amazing.
just have them order it, and it's like they are the wait. This is
Mhm.
now this grocery store is a fast food store.
Well, because I know that you used to walk into a grocery store, whistle,
Yeah.
and then slam a list down on one of the conveyor belts and just
Somebody,
stand
buddy,
there.
help!
Yeah.
Somebody help me!
Somebody, buddy, help me.
Somebody, buddy, help me! Somebody help me! Right, go on.
Somebody, buddy, help me.
Somebody, buddy, help me!
Let's get to final thoughts, guys. Good episode. I think Jerry's acting is a little weird. He's not necessarily conveying, the exact idea there in a couple scenes. But I like George becoming more forceful, which is, I think,
Yes.
what you're seeing
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
And that's in the situation with the chiropractor. But ultimately, the cantaloupe stuff, that gets to me.
Yeah.
I don't like cantaloupe,
Having cantaloupe.
and I
in
have
it.
a hard time resonating with fruit.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think seeing cantaloupe valorized in this episode was just left a bad taste in my
Right.
mouth.
Right.
Kind of like
Right.
cantaloupe
Like dumpster
does.
fruit.
Dumpster fruit. Terrible, terrible dumpster fruit.
Yep.
And I'm honestly, yeah, that really has impacted my view of the episode
Mhm.
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's too bad.
Okay,
It's
quick.
just too bad.
No, there's a lot going on that's great. So,
It's just too bad because
and I think it is a strong return. Like if you think about,
Sure.
they've got the ensemble together in the first season, and things
Right.
are clicking along, And now I think this is a strong episode to come back to.
Yeah.
Except for the
But
cantaloupe.
Except for the
Cantaloupe
cantaloupe.
is a problem. Okay, so I had one other thing I wanted to bring up,
Okay.
which was I stopped the
Mm-hmm.
show
Mhm.
when Jerry's getting the books back to see what the titles of the books are.
Excellent. Let's hear what those are.
Okay, so the books are Do I Have to Give Up Me to Be Loved by You? Pretty
Self-help.
good.
Yeah.
Yep, self-help. This one is Staying Well with the Gentle Art of Verbal Self-Defense. And then the other one is I'm Okay, You're Okay. I like that second one.
I
What is
wonder.
verbal self-defense?
Just
How do you do that?
sparring.
Like
People
because like
sparring.
there's no way to not get hit.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
Well, but
People
but
shout stuff at you, you take it. You always take it.
they're setting this up for later in the show. This is all set up.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it when we get there in
I don't remember
3
that.
years or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all set up.
Wow.
The show when you watch the show closely,
And which
when you're
thankfully
paying
Caleb's
attention
doing.
to
Yeah.
the text and the subtext of the
Yeah.
show, then you really start to understand what they mean.
What they actually mean.
What
Oh,
they actually
okay.
mean.
That's something
Also-
we haven't talked a lot about
Right.
is the deeper meaning and
Right.
the subtext of Seinfeld.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't
Yes.
think we're going to get to it right now.
We aren't-
honestly.
we aren't
Probably
gonna
not
get
right
to it
now.
Probably not.
One other thing that I did want to bring up
Mm.
was just I had this screenshot on my phone
Mhm.
and it's a headline that says Woman destroy New York fast food shop, send employee to hospital because extra sauce was $1.75.
What kind of sauce was that? Was
Yeah,
that
what?
normal sauce?
Well, extra.
It was
Oh,
extra.
extra sauce, yeah.
Dumbass.
Honestly, I prefer normal sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so yes, okay, good episode. The
Mhm,
fly thing,
mhm.
so funny. People
Really
coming
funny.
into form. Elaine's a
Yeah.
woman.
Mhm.
But
Special effects are on
and
point.
Cantaloupe is not great. I agree. It's
Yeah.
not something I love, but didn't hurt me so much.
Okay.
Something that did hurt me was when I was waiting the George thing with George's thing. George is using this accent, and I'm
Mm.
not sure.
Right.
I don't like to
Yeah.
feel like
took
that
you
for
out
so
of it.
much of the episode. I was relieved then when I saw
Mhm.
Marlene. What's her name?
Marlene.
Marlene. And saw
Like
that
the,
that was how she talked, and that
Right.
George was doing an amazing impression of
Yeah.
her. That was good.
You didn't feel like that
But
was payoff to the
Not
to
quite
to
enough
the setup.
payoff. If you're gonna dig that hole,
Yeah.
you better be able to jump out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they got
Yes.
pretty close to getting out of the hole, but
Not quite.
not quite
Not
for
quite
me.
for you.
Makes it pretty much the episode is
Absolutely
we all agree
skippable.
skippable.
It's totally
skippable.
skippable.
It's a skippable episode. Guys, that's our final thoughts on the synopsis there. Before we get into the mail, I did want to play a song for you guys
Oh, nice.
that I created
Cool.
for this episode.
This is special. Oh, I'm excited. What do you think the song's gonna be? Do you think the song's gonna be
He said it's a song that he
Hold on, that's not it.
oh,
I was
okay,
gonna
not
say,
that.
was off to a terrible start.
Well, you don't like piano?
Oh, worse than cantaloupe.
Oh my gosh.
Dumpster instrument, man.
Dumpster. It does look like kind of
Yeah,
looks like a
could be a
dumpster.
dumpster.
Could throw some stuff away in there.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys.
Ugh.
We ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So, guys, let's go ahead. Before I play the song, let's put on our listening faces.
Okay.
So we'll be able to cut between those as when we do the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So for
We're doing the episode now.
yeah, no, but I mean like when we were editing the episode.
Oh,
Yeah, I know it's more work for you. You don't want to have to cut between our different faces.
I don't care.
Okay. Go get your.
I'm
listening
trying to
face.
do my listening face,
Do a
guys.
listening face.
Marlene, Jerry's queen, mesmerize her subtextual, attractive lady, a sweet baby, a grasp of psychosexual. She's psychosexual. She's psychosexual. She's psychosexual. She's psychosexual.
Wow.
That's good. I do really like
the
it.
second time.
Now, I did notice there's
Hmm.
some beeps in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't want to,
I didn't hear
You
any beeps.
Yeah,
I
You
heard
didn't hear any
bleeps.
beeps. Oh, you heard
Yeah.
bleeps. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
sorry. I
I
mistook
was
those.
beeping it out.
I'm.
I did think of it as beeping it
You
out.
did. I don't.
Yeah.
I think Gabe's actually right. I think we both mistook those
Like a
those
little-
bleeps for beeps.
A little car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beeping it out.
Bleep.
hmm
Beep.
Yeah.
You bleep
Hey,
your
look.
horn.
Don't put worms on my mouth.
Yeah.
But
Don't,
those are beeps.
if you like that song, or if you do want to put worms on our mouth, drop a collab. Guys, let's get over to the mail, because the mail never stops. Jerry.
Jerry. The mail never stops, Jerry.
So, I think we do have. We did get a letter from Jick. I thought
Yes.
we'll just quickly read his letter. We don't have to talk
Okay.
about
Let's not
it.
comment on
Jeez.
it.
We won't. He doesn't ask any questions.
Wow.
It
We've
seems like
gotten
he's
to
just
this point.
moved into just letting us know kind of what's going on.
Okay. Jeez.
You remember? So Jick Tarwell from Bastard, Kentucky
Right.
says, "This news is curdled like a crock of milk atop a hot roof. Remember, my toe has been meal for Pastor Scrimshaw's snapping turtle. But the ghost of the toe still buzzes and hums in dark times of day. Becomes lost in the feed bags that cover my palate. The show is pine tar on a wound." So that's where Jick's at.
Okay.
So it
We
sounds
do
like
have questions,
Sounds like
but
he's doing well.
it sounds
Yeah.
good. It sounds like we're helping him somehow. So
Yeah.
that's good,
Yeah.
I guess.
Thanks.
I just hope he's not like killing people or something.
I don't. There's no reason to think
Like
that.
I don't want murderers to
I don't-
listen to our podcast.
I don't either. But
Yeah.
I think
So that's a thing. Murderers.
Mhm.
If you murder, quit listening.
Quit listening.
Yeah.
Stop
We're done.
listening.
It's on the honor system. We can't make you stop.
We can't make you stop.
Well, no. If you are
And-
a murderer, Tropical Lime,
Yeah.
let us know that you're a murderer and you're
Yeah.
done listening.
Yeah,
We're
will stop
done
you.
with it.
So thank you.
That's
We're
good.
done.
We have another couple messages from listeners. Caleb, you had those?
Yes. Okay. So this is a message from Scott, and the subject is follow up. He says, "Hello. I was wondering if you knew what newsman's parentheses Mr. S's neighbor and parentheses deal was." Okay.
Okay,
I
so-
did send a message back
Yeah.
to him, but
Let's
before I get into
Unpack
that,
it a little bit. I
you
do
guys-
like that he sent us an email, first email we've ever had from him.
yeah,
And the subject was follow up.
Yeah, it's
follow
good.
up's good
That's very
because it is like it does make sense though.
yeah. He's following up on
The
We're
episode,
starting the
the pod-
conversation.
not the episode.
Right.
Does not mention an episode.
right.
And also,
Well-
this may be the other one where we mentioned how you're supposed to send emails in.
Yeah.
Subject should be, you can put a little thing in there like follow up. That's fine,
Mhm.
but then it should have your sex, your
Right.
age,
Yeah.
That's actually
how
not
many
necessary.
Remember
Funko Pops
remember,
you have, and how many
Listeners,
Funko Pops
viewers,
were gifted. That's
that-
what you should do.
that is something that only Caleb requires. We don't care.
Yeah,
about.
we don't need that. We don't need that information.
Just if you want to
Um,
be in my good graces, I've been handling the email. So just saying.
I'm gonna say think long and hard about whether you want to be in Caleb's good graces.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
might not be what you want.
Could
That's
be.
all.
Could be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want people who don't want to be in my good graces
Right.
to get in there.
But this is
Sorry.
what is Newman's or Newsman's deal.
Newsman's deal. And I guess he is newsman
He's
in
bringing
some
the
ways
news.
because he brings news sometimes.
Sure.
The letters probably
Mhm.
contain
Some
news occasionally.
Some
Back
news.
then, people were probably still writing to each other.
And people are
and
getting
sharing
magazines in the mail,
Mags. Yeah.
and those
He
contain
shares news with people sometimes.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, right. And personally.
Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
personally. Yeah.
So what is his deal? And part of his deal is he is kind of a slobby guy.
Yep.
Who is named newsman because he's bringing the news.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's somewhat of his deal. And it's interesting because we haven't seen much of Newsman yet.
No.
No,
Probably
at all.
Not all.
I mean, we haven't seen, as far as I'm aware, any part of him.
And I mean, there's a lot to see.
There's a lot.
yeah,
to
there's
see.
nothing, hardly any. Actually, so the first time when we see Newman
Mhm.
is he will be a new man.
Mhm.
So that is fun and exciting to
Yeah.
we
look
are really
forward
looking
to.
forward to
Newsman
that.
will be
Yeah.
a brand new man.
Yes.
We've earmarked
so-
that as kind of a special episode.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess
You responded.
I responded. I kind of spoke for all of us, and I agree. Maybe not the best response altogether.
Oh.
But I said, Scott, we are not 100% certain what Newman's deal is, or Newman's parentheses, Mr. K's neighbor and friend, unparentheses. I said that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Deal is. But we suspect it's comparable to the other tenants of the building. Thank you
Gotcha.
for following
Yeah.
up.
You just thought he meant like how much is he paying?
Yeah.
In rent.
Well, I was like, that's one of the deals we
Yeah.
know he has.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a deal. Isn't that what you think
You
of?
do make a deal.
when you go,
oh yeah, I'll pay that.
oh, okay. How much are you willing to pay?
That's a good deal.
You're going to pay this can you pay this much money to live here?
Yeah.
Keep your stuff here.
It's a deal.
It's a deal, Jerry.
Yeah.
You think he made a deal with Jerry? I don't think he made
Dude,
a
I
deal
think
with
that's
Jerry.
a quote.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's probably
Okay.
It's a deal, Jerry.
It's
If you guys know that that's a quote, tropical lime and screenshot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And just see if we're maybe putting worms in his mouth.
Yeah. We could be putting words on his
I
mouth.
don't know. We could be. Okay, so then Scott, sorry, this is taking forever. I'm gonna be faster. Scott replied, Caleb, Gabe, Josh, no spaces, all just one big mushed up name. Thank you. I'm still worried, but it is nice to know that I am not a lonely. You are very welcome for following up. Okay. So, appreciate this message,
Right.
Scott. But in the way you're using your words,
Yeah.
sounding sort of like Jick to me.
It's jickish.
Jickish. Yeah. And we had talked about this earlier
Yeah.
that we want a certain kind of level of
Yeah.
listener. And
Right.
so you can keep listening as long as you're not a murderer.
Yeah.
But please be conscientious of who you are suggesting this podcast
Right.
to.
Yeah. If you have some friends who don't, have like sort of drool stains
Yeah.
Sure.
coming, like if you know anybody like that,
That's good.
yeah, tell them to listen.
Or like if you have friends who don't just wear overalls without shirts
Yeah.
on
with one,
like thing over it,
Yeah.
that would be good.
yeah,
Anyone that doesn't have drool or just wear
right,
overalls.
right, yeah, someone who has a social security number.
Yes.
Or
That's a good indicator.
the same amount of teeth.
Yeah.
The same amount or more teeth
Yes.
than you have.
Yes. Someone who
Preferably more.
Yeah. I mean,
and maybe even someone who made enough money that they did have to file income tax.
Yeah.
right.
I don't know.
Mhm,
Maybe
mhm.
that's something good. It
Yeah,
could be
that-
a young person,
Hey,
but
Shoot for it. We're not,
Yeah.
we're not going to hold you to it. We like you, Scott, and if you write in again, we'll definitely read it. But please don't write in again.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had one more. This is from, if I can find it here.
A listener.
Oh, we got another.
Listener.
We have another one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I didn't even notice that one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. This is from Jedediah. He says, hi, been loving the show and hope it keeps going. Saw you were having some serious financial problems. If you started a Patreon, I'd personally be willing to throw in a couple bucks. Maybe add in some bonus content to sweeten the deal. Thanks, Jed.
I did want to say really quick.
Yes.
Super nice.
Yes.
Very
Super
nice.
generous.
Thanks, Jed.
It is going to take more than a couple bucks
Yeah.
to keep this thing going.
Oh,
Right.
It's going to
This
take
is-
more than a couple
we
of dollars.
Have made some mistakes.
Yes. We have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very nice to throw in a couple bucks. We
Yeah.
appreciate the bucks. But one thing that we did notice is that to stay on target,
Mhm.
we cannot have a Patreon with a tier less than $1,000 a month.
Yeah. That'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only tier that would really make sense, especially if we're making bonus content.
Yes. Now we have to do more content with
Yeah.
more money output and time output.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about where that's going to go.
But I'm just thinking about how much it costs to do the podcasts every month
Right.
and then how many listeners that we have.
Yes.
And about $1,000 from each of them would
would do it.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
$1,000 from
Yeah.
each of our listeners
Would-
would be
Yeah.
plenty.
Cover our overhead.
Yes.
Well, and it's, I mean, the main expense is our salaries. So,
yes.
Right, yeah.
Like right now, we are not making the money we need to.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for this, our target salaries.
If I could start making $1,000 a month,
oh my gosh,
It'd be great.
I could.
It'd be really great.
Oh my gosh, I could start. I could buy toothpaste this month.
But this might help too. This other.
Oh yeah, this other one is this is actually just an ad.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
But let's read it.
Let's read it.
Let's
It's from
read it.
Alex,
Alex,
and it's a monetization idea.
Filippo, monetization idea for Everybody Loves Seinfeld. He spelled it right.
oh wow.
Yeah. He says, "Hey, my name is Alex Sanfilippo. Sanfilippo? Is that too much? Am I doing
Maybe
too much?
San
there?
Filippo.
I'm gonna do a lot.
Okay.
Sanfilippo.
Can you do?
Sanfilippo.
Can we hear a lot on Alex and nothing on San Filippo?
Do that.
Okay, let's try that. Hey, my name is Alex Sanfilippo.
That's great.
That's great.
I found Everybody Loves Seinfeld on Apple and wanted to reach out about something that my company, not going to say it, just started doing that may interest you. Podcast hosts now get paid to interview guests from, not going to say it. Keeping this short, I explain more here.
Okay.
YouTube link.
It's a link.
I believe this change is going to revolutionize the podcasting industry. Hosts getting paid should become the new standard.
That we
I don't know about that.
disagree with
Hey,
I mean,
that.
I agree with if
Okay,
we're
this
okay.
guy's
got my
talking
attention.
my
if we're the
language.
hosts,
Yeah.
if we're the
Yeah.
hosts,
Yeah.
if we're the guys getting money,
We are hosts.
interesting.
We are
Yeah,
podcast
we
hosts.
are. It's us.
Interesting. He says they already have 24,071 podcasters join, and I'd be honored if you'd check us out
Yeah.
too. Okay, and then he has a link to. Not going to say it.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Keep up the great
Cool.
work with your show.
Okay.
Oh, he knows it's a show.
He knows it's a show.
That's kind of interesting.
He must have
maybe.
listened to it.
I bet
think
that's
he
an
must have.
unlisted video that he made special for us, and not just a generic video.
No, I think it is. He's trying to
Sends out in
guide
a
us.
form email.
Guide us into something.
yeah.
It's cool though, monetization idea. So I still don't quite understand how we are getting money.
No, that's
They're
what the
gonna
video
be-
explains.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch the video.
Okay, we're gonna watch the video.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We watched the video.
Video.
It didn't explain anything.
A bunch of goats fainting.
Yeah. That's the end of the show, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Across the board, you can find us on various platforms as Everybody Loves Seinfeld, 1S. Subscribe. Follow us.
Like
Like them.
Like the
this
video.
stuff. Like this stuff.
Drop us a line.
Yep, drop us a line.
Tropical line.
You can do that at tropical line. You can do that at everybodyloveseinfeld@gmail.com. We're on Instagram. We have some kind of bonus content on Instagram.
That's
sort
true.
of,
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
And so you can check us out there. We're always looking for advertisers. Send us an email about advertising. Thanks. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.